I still remember the sound that October morning, the crunch of gravel under tires, the roar of an engine straining against ruts carved by 15 years of my own sweat, and then that sickening snap like a bone breaking clean. My private property. No trespassing sign lay split in half, splinters of pressure-treated pine scattered across the dust like the aftermath of a bar fight. Behind the wheel of a gleaming white SUV with a garish HOA logo on the door sat Evelyn Hargrove, self-proclaimed queen of Pine Hollow Estates, her manicured hand raised in that smug little wave through tinted glass, the kind that says, "I own this place, and you know it." 15 years I'd spent bulldozing, grading, and patching that dirt road by hand, turning raw earth into a lifeline from highway to barn. Every storm that washed it out, every winter freeze that buckled it, I'd been there at dawn with my old John Deere, coffee thermos steaming in the cab, scraping it level so the feed truck could rumble through without high centering. That road wasn't just dirt. It was my artery, my history, my peace. And in 30 seconds, she'd treated it like a public racetrack. Right then, something inside me cracked louder than that signpost. I'd been polite long enough. If Evelyn wanted a shortcut across my land, I'd give her one she'd never forget, one that went straight down. My name is Harlan Whitaker, 54, third-generation rancher on 200 acres of Texas hill country that's been in the family since my grandfather traded a string of mules for the deed in 1948. For 15 years, that road had been mine alone, quiet except for the low rumble of my truck and the occasional coyote yip at dusk. Then Pine Hollow Estates sprouted up over the creek last year, 50 cookie-cutter beige boxes with fake Tudor trim, vinyl siding gleaming like new money, and not a single pine tree in sight despite the name. They paved their own cul-de-sacs with HOA fees thicker than the mortgage payments, but apparently that wasn't enough. They needed my road too. At first, it was subtle. Fresh tire tracks cutting through the middle of my path, ending at their back gate. I figured a lost realtor or delivery driver. Happens. But then came the white SUV, chrome trim flashing like a challenge, 7:30 a.m. Sharp every weekday. Evelyn Hargrove, HOA president, mid-40s with a bob haircut sharp as her tongue, blasting country pop loud enough to spook the cattle. She'd slow just enough for that condescending wave, latte sloshing in her console, yoga mat strapped to the roof rack like a trophy. Some days she didn't even glance my way, just barreled through, dust plume glittering in her wake like she'd conquered the frontier. I stood there once with a feed bucket in hand, mouth agape, watching her disappear toward the highway. It felt like watching a squirrel rob your bird feeder in broad daylight, staring you down while it stuffs its cheeks. So I did what any reasonable rancher would, hammered a sign into the curve. Private road. No trespassing, $500 fine. Bold letters, reflective tape, impossible to miss. Next morning? Sign gone. Found it 2 hours later behind my hay bales, snapped clean in half like a trophy. That's when ignorance became arrogance. I parked my F-250 across the bend next Friday, hazards blinking, waiting. 7:32 a.m., there she came, bass thumping. I waved both arms. She slowed, window halfway down, that practiced smile plastered on. "Morning, Mr. Whitaker. Everything okay?" "Not really," I said, voice level as fresh gravel. "You're on private property. This road's mine. Please stop using it." She tilted her head like I'd spoken Swahili. "Oh, come on. We're all neighbors, aren't we? What's a little dirt between friends?" That sentence burned into my brain like a brand. What's a little dirt between friends? I leaned on her doorframe. "Ma'am, this is a working ranch road, not a subdivision shortcut. Find another way." She flashed teeth. "Well, I'll see what the board says." Tires spun dust in my face as she peeled out. The board was 5 retirees with clipboards, living under Evelyn's thumb in those beige boxes. Next week, I came home from the feed store to find them on my land. Folding chairs, balloons, iced lattes, banner reading community access vote, making progress together. Evelyn in a pink blazer, megaphone in hand. "Perfect timing, Harlan," she chirped. "We're voting to integrate your road for neighborhood convenience. Shared easement." I laughed, thinking it was a prank. "You can't vote on my property." Democratically finalized, she beamed, clipboard signatures fluttering. "File with the county, formality." That night, the letter arrived. Comic Sans font, HOA logo crooked. "The board has officially voted to incorporate your ranch road. Resistance equals noncompliance. Cooperation expected." Smiley face. Evelyn Hargrove, president. I crumpled it, smoothed it back out. Evidence. Crickets chirped as I stared at that moonlit stretch of earth. Evelyn didn't want convenience. She wanted control. To her, land was lines on a map she could redraw with enough votes and confidence. To me, it was soil soaked with sweat, storms fought, history earned. No more politeness. I called Derek Mills, oldest friend, backhoe owner, possessor of unlimited gallows humor. "Derek, ever feel like teaching karma to dig?" Pause. Then his gravel laugh. "Harlan, tell me when and how deep." Friday dawn, Derek's Ford rumbled in, thermos steaming. We paced the road like generals, settling on the blind bend post-hill dip. "There," I said. "She hits 30. Won't see it." "Philosophical trench," he grinned. "Deep enough for reflection." We hauled out the backhoe, greased hydraulics humming like an old beast waking. Earth yielded in golden scoops, dry Texas soil piling like accusations. By moonrise, 3 feet wide, for deep, SUV swallowing perfection. Plywood base, packed dirt camouflage, twigs scattered natural. Trail cams hidden in brush. From afar, Invisible country road. We leaned on the hoe, beers cold, admiring. Modern rural installation, Derek said. Consequences of entitlement. Sunrise Saturday, lawn chairs behind hay bales, donuts crumbling. 7:30, her roar, bass thumping, manifest your power, podcast. White SUV crested, chrome flashing entitlement. Tires hit plywood. Crack like thunder. Front end plunged, headlights vanishing, rear lifting before slamming. Airbags poofed powder. Horn blared died. Evelyn's scream pierced. Primal, denial fueled. Derek wheezed. I clapped a hand over my mouth. Perfection in slow motion. She stumbled out, phone weaponized. Sabotage. Criminal. Tripped on yoga mat. Iced latte splashing SUV. Mud splattered pink blazer. Phone. Death trap. Sheriff Cole Matthews arrived. Hat tipped. Face seen worse. Morning, ma'am. Life endangered, she shrieked. He-eyed trench, SUV. Mr. Whitaker. Soil erosion project. I said, county map laminated ready. Private land. She's trespassed months. Cole traced red line. Ma'am, Rogers Ranch. No HOA access. Taking his side. Law's side. Sigh. Call a tow. Wheel spun mud. Tow truck. Needs crane. Claire leaving it. Unless helicopter. Nightfall, SUV half submerged. Claire pacing. Phone sermons. Derek, camping. Sunday, 3 trucks. Crane. Chains rattled. Mud flew. Rear tires lifted. Snap. Chain whipped. Mud hit Claire's jacket. Cut tension. Operator, Mother Nature winning. Claire hurled phone. Regretted. Fished muddy. Primal scream scattered birds. We watched from porch. Beers foaming laughter. Cams captured for K glory. Monday mailbox. Glossy environmental violation. $100 per day. Section 4.2. Recycling bins. Tuesday gray Prius. Douglas Hargrove, legal counsel. Cousin. Cease and desist. Grammar mangled. Night classes. Bumper scraped leaving. Derek, better than cable. County clerk. Archives dust moat dance. 1976 easement. Developers barred from my road. Laminated trophy. Delivered personally. Evelyn trimming bushes. Phone vision. History lesson. Face froze reading. Crumpled. Plastic held. Ancient. Binding. Nostrils flared. Regret not cooperating. Read signs first. Prius scraped retreating. Mara Pritchard, land attorney. Dead to rights. Cease and desist plus trespass suit. Deputy served. Sued. Claire froze mid-snip. Blessed day. Trenchgate viral. 10M views. Karma drives tow truck. Court. Holloway, grizzled. Douglas, holes equals motive. Laughter. Mara, 1976 easement. Verdict. Damages, HOA apology. Evelyn banned 10 years. Trench pond. Ducks moved in. Sign. Private. Trespassers trenched. Evelyn, Florida. Voted out 3 weeks. Peace hummed. What about you? HOA tyrant ever cross your line? Fight. Fold trench. Comment your stand. Pride versus property. Rules versus rights. Next bridge yours.